Checklist matter. Go through the process to get a good result. Do you love adventure? Do you love firearms? Do you love freedom? Do you love America? Do you love road trips? This is for you. I am heading out right now, and I'm going to take you guys with me on over a 5,000-mile road trip. Check this out. This was a gift to me on my 30th birthday from family friend Dan Baldwin. He did all the photography. This is cataloging Route 66 and a bunch of things that were disappearing. So I'm going to be driving along Route 66 from Chicago, one of the terminus points of 66, all the way to California coast. And I'm going to be stopping along the way in Phoenix. I'm going to be stopping in Joplin, Missouri tonight. I'm going to be teaching in Phoenix, heading down then to San Diego, crossing the border into Tijuana. I'm going to be doing a podcast down there with my friend from Ed's Manifesto, shooting back up across the desert to Vegas. I'm going to teach for a couple of days in Vegas, and then we're going to run up through the Rockies across the Continental Divide in Colorado and make our way home. It's going to be beautiful. I want to share as many views. I want to share as many of these badass places with you as I can. And over the course of the next, 2 weeks, I am going to upload a series of videos. I'll create a playlist here this morning, and I'd love for you to chime in. Tell me what you think. Tell me if there's any amazing restaurants, coffee shops, or places I have to see that I haven't been to yet. I've driven this route many times, but I'm going to try to do as many back roads as I can. If you see the trailer, if you're out there on the road somewhere in the Southwest or across the Rocky States and you see the trailer, come say, hey, get a picture, and I'll give you a lube sample if you're interested. I'll talk to you soon. Let's get to the road. Time to hit the road. Do you have any must-have things that you bring? How many of you are taking stuff like this? Trying to film this while backing up. Not the easiest, but I'm going to nail it. I feel it. Nailed it. You going to miss me, Kanan? Woohoo! That. Why aren't you coming on this trip?
I gotta be a dog dad.
Dog dad. Just pulling out of the hood, zeroed the trip meter. First stop, Joplin, Missouri. Found a nice little Airbnb on some farm property. Be able to just sail right in here with the rig and stop for the night, grab a shower and some chow and a little bit of shut-eye, which will be nice. These road trips have really changed me over the last 10, 15 years. I have driven hundreds of thousands of miles across America. And over the course of the video here, I want to talk about some of the things I've learned. I want to talk about some of the things I've seen. I want to talk about some of the amazing people I've met, some of the crazy stuff that I've seen. Sometimes these commercial pumps make you have to go in because I don't have a fleet card for every one of these gas stations. By the way, this thing has been sweet. All right, let's pump. Keep moving. This is always a beautiful part of driving during the change of season. But as I get down here, there's green everywhere. Green grass, green leaves, flowers, very beautiful. It snowed yesterday, like measurable, like this much snow back home in northern Illinois. I'm 313 miles south of home, and we crossed over. As I get up here to the arch, there's a lot to think about. You know, as I'm driving, we're on this well-groomed interstate, and this well-groomed interstate wasn't always here. The reason St. Louis has that arch
and is called the Gateway to the West, is this was as far as you could go and still be in civilization. This was it. If you've never been here and seen this arch, the arch is cool. It's a beautiful piece of architecture. It's a beautiful piece of art. It's a beautiful piece of Americana. But more importantly is, why is it here? People talk about America and they're like, oh, they took all this land and it was Americans that did that. No, it was Europeans that came to America, right? We forget that. We blame all the unfun stuff on the American title. That was people from Germany and France and England and Ireland, right? It was people coming here to the U.S., to the new country, to create and chase the dream of liberty, of digging something out of the world for themselves. A lot of stuff happened that was not awesome. I will be driving past some places where some atrocities happened. On this trip, on my way home, we're going to probably go right past Custer's Last Stand. I've been by there many a time. There were atrocities that happened in the history of our culture. But the beautiful cause of liberty, of people wanting to go get more, do more, that means something. I'm going to flip my camera. So way off in the distance there, over the top of that bridge, you should start to be able to see the arch. You see it? Let me zoom you in a little bit. There she is. Oh, past this viaduct. The first glimpse of the arch. Let's get you closer. There she be. The Gateway to the West. Pretty dang cool, ain't it? And then you've got the mighty Mississippi down below. So there's a lot going on down here. One of the biggest waterways on the planet. With a pretty cool city. There's some great food here. You got some great ball. You got some cool music. You've got a really neat scene here, as well as some pretty bad crime. How many of you guys have been out here? Any of you gone up it? I have driven by this dozens of times. I've been down to the base of it into the park, but I have actually never taken the inside tour of the arch. How about you? Have you done it? Be a little quick bit of the downtown here as we get off. We're going to be, there's the ball stadium there, Busch Stadium. We're jumping on 44, which if we stay on it, it'll take us right to Tulsa and then on into Oklahoma City. We're going to be detouring south. I've got a dear friend in the hill country of Texas that I haven't seen in years that I'm going to be stopping to visit. By the way, Tulsa is just miles from the town that I was born in. Try to make it through there. My good friends, I'm wearing their shirt if you guys paid attention. CCW Safe. CCW Safe is in Oklahoma City as their headquarters, so probably not this trip, but the next one out here in a few months, I will stop and visit those folks. But you're getting to see a little bit of St. Louis here from the freeway. Who's been here? This has always been a very favorite spot on 44 here. Starts to get some topography, some hills and some valleys and some ravines. I'm sure once upon a time this was all huge old growth timber, and it got cut and turned into all kinds of stuff that built the West and probably built the East too. But you can see, looking out across there, the rolling hills and the beautiful little towns. Looks a little bit like Appalachia, or Appalachia, depending on where you're from. I'm going to be stopping to grab some grub in the little town of Sullivan. Found this place on the interweb. It's a brewery. I'm not drinking, but I am grabbing a burger and a salad. It's called Muddy Banks Brewery. And apparently they make a pretty dialed in bit of smoked meat and beer. Muddy Banks. That was a cool spot. Get my ass down to Joplin. Let's keep going. Check out that sunset. Gorgeous. That's the old Uranus Fudge Factory. Uranus Fudge Factory. That was a long day. Not the longest by any means. 603 miles. And about 9 hours of total drive time. We didn't win any records, but we made okay time. And I am in Joplin, Missouri. Pulling into an Airbnb. Never stayed at this one. It's looks like a camper trailer on a farm. Sometimes if I'm just looking for a quick night's sleep, I'll grab something like this. I prefer it over hotels because I can stay close to the trailer, you know? Ooh, where are we? Let's check this out. This might be where I'm gonna end up in like a horror movie. I don't know. This is where I'm staying. We're gonna figure it out. Here we go. Well, we made it. I'm gonna check this place out. Apparently it's like a semi-functioning farm and they're remodeling it. So this is like, there's a bathroom in here, I guess. And let's see, here's where I'm staying. Let's check it out. There we go. Oh, very fancy. How do I turn the damn lights on in this bitch? Yeah, that's where the magic happens. Cool, cool. Well, it's not amazing, but it'll do. If I could turn the damn light on. There we go. So here's where we're staying for the night. I haven't figured out. Hey, hello, how are you? Not a bad spot. We've got a camper trailer, so you know, being in this isn't terrible. It smells a little scenty. I don't like scenty, but it's clean. The commode. Nice. Oh, hey there. So here's the camper I'm staying in. And, you know, you pull up in the dark. They're doing a good job. They got nice materials on the place. Renting this, but they're telling me to use the shower over here. All right, cool. Check this out. They got the inside of this thing all dialed in. It's all brand new. Freaking beautiful bath. Hey there again. Beautiful shower. Look at that shower head. Horse pictures. Come on. Look at, I got room for friends in there. That's huge. Sweet kitchen. Granted, I'm by myself. Holy crap. 2 bathrooms. Well, ain't that nice? It's not a very big spot for 2 bathrooms. What do they do here? Pretty cool. You want to see something that I always travel with that I think you should too? Right there. I've known 2 people actually that passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning.
odorless, tasteless. It'll get you. Get one of these, take it with you. Good morning. I heard there's some horses out here that like to be fed. I don't see them. Let's get some coffee going and hit the road. Good morning. Our own coffee, Bob's Hot Rod Blend. Traveling as much as I do, I take a bag with coffee grinder. This is a really nice hand coffee grinder. I take a pour over. I've taken a French press before. I've got a big percolator since I'm going to be meeting a bunch of friends at the rental house in Arizona. But I want to have my coffee. I want to be able to enjoy the morning. I'm not interested in drinking trash coffee. And part of being on the road like I am is it's still my life, right? So I'm gone from home for weeks at a time, and I want to be able to still enjoy everything. Check this out. So this coffee we just roasted, and it's probably only about 3 days old. I'm not a coffee snob, I just like good stuff. The Hot Rod's my favorite daily drinking. It's named for a very dear man. While that's finishing up, look at that horse mug. I grabbed some carrots before I leave. They say to feed them. They got this big fridge, a big old bag of carrots. So I'm gonna go out here and find me a horse. Wonder if there's like a carrot call for him. Bye, house. Back on the road. Well, the horses didn't come pay me a visit. That's okay. Did my tire check. Every day, every gas stop, I like to do a quick walk around, look for anything that I might have left on the ground, look for anything out of place, look for anything broken, like this was a chunk of a tire that came up and whacked me. Great. Look for anything loose, make sure all my trailer connections are good, look for anything leaking, look for anything that doesn't belong, and make sure everything that's supposed to be is. What that is going to depend on you and your road trip. This thing here, you guys might wonder what this is. This is a balance block that I realized I should take out at the gas station, and I can do push-ups on it and not put my hands on the filthy ground at the gas station. All right, on to Texas. Got the truck inspected, got all my stuff stowed and loaded, and it looks like, according to GPS, we've got 8 hours, 48 minutes. So almost the exact same drive time as yesterday, about 55 less miles of driving. So I'm guessing got some traffic I'm going to be running into somewhere. Maybe we can shave that down a tidbit. Should be checking in for supper around 7 o'clock, 1900 or so. Hey, there's my horses. They never came to say hello. Hey, I tried to bring you a carrot. I tried to bring you a carrot, but I don't know, you didn't see me up there or something. I don't have a carrot for you now, but it's good to see you. Good morning to you. You've got a pretty coat. Be good. Here's some crazy stuff you see on the road. It's 3 cars tied together with ratchet straps and shit. Getting towed. Okay, all right. That seems legit. That seems super safe. Not Miami, Florida. I've now made it to the port of my birth, the great state of Oklahoma, the state that Texas wishes it was. Ooh, that's going to make some people angry. Since I was born here, I can make that statement. This is a lovely, lovely state. Hey, check this out. We've got another caravan of stupidity. In my state, this would definitely be a no-no. This is crazy. I mean, I'm down with it. Some third world country shit right here. Let's just take bash cars and weld them together and drive them down the road. That is nuts. Some beautiful Oklahoma topography. I'm south of Norman, Oklahoma, north of Glen, Oklahoma, climbing in these hills. A lot of times you think of Oklahoma and you just think of the flatlands maybe, but there's some topography depending on where you go in the state. It's beautiful. I love it here. I was born here, like I said, not from here. My parents lived here while my dad was in school. So in my heart, I got some Oklahoma in me. Look at those red buds up on the hill. Can you see them? Gorgeous. I do believe we are in the land of the Cherokee and Choctaw nations now. Hey, should we go shopping there real quick? I don't know. I'm not going there. I'm just kidding. We just crossed the Red River. You know what that means? Woohoo! The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. We made it to the first leg. Here's what I'm after. Off highway, 2-laner. I'm on 156 south. So let's get some scenery going here. Some sweet graffiti on these train cars here. Train cars are kind of fun, you know, like looking at them as you pass by here. All the places those have been, the people that have touched them, the countryside that they've seen, the cities that they've been to, the factories and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. This is the stuff I love on these road trips. Small towns, Americana, finding cool stuff, cool places. The interstates are like a fake representation of the world. People don't live on the interstates. They travel on them for sure, but they live here. They go to school here. They go to work here. They live, you know. I like getting into these little communities and seeing them. I bet you this community comes out for football. I mean, hell, we're in Texas, so you know they come out for football. But I bet the old men in this town, they know all the kids on the high school football team. We're only 38 miles out of Fort Worth, according to the sign. But we're in a beautiful little town here. I love it. This is interesting. I'm fueling up. You see this up on the hillside. Some kind of like lodging made of cool domes that you can sit up there and soak up the sun's rays. Pretty neat. Pulled over right outside of Burnett, Texas, Granite Mountain, which is out there. Apparently this is the largest chunk of this type of solid pink granite in the country. 180 acres of it, it says. Wow, it's beautiful. Something worth reading about. You know you're next to Granite Mountain when there is granite picnic benches, 4 inches thick. That ain't going anywhere, huh? That's badass. All right, time to go. They're quarrying back here. Wow. It's pretty incredible. A lot of countertops and headstones in that. That's the Colorado River right there. Follow that north. Get up into the Rockies, you follow it south, and you find yourself in a lot of turmoil with a lot of states fighting over those water resources. California, Nevada, etc. Lake Mead, right out in Vegas, is the dammed up section of that river. It's a beautiful waterway taking snowmelt from the Rockies down to the ocean, kind of draining the whole west side of the continent here. Check this out. Cold beer, color TV, air conditioned, drinks, music, dancing. This looks cool. We're gonna go check it out real quick. This is my kind of store. Check this out. We've got tons of steel targets, feeders out front. It's a feed farm and ranch store. I want to check it out. Oh my. This place is something else. Holy smokes. They've got a little bit of everything through here. Stuff for trucks, stuff for hunting. Whoever owns this place has hunted all over the planet. Wow. Becky, give Becky a call, please. That's a beautiful elk. Well, that was a super cool store. One thing I always love about being in these small towns in Texas through the western states is people are usually very friendly, super helpful. I just had a nice chat in there with these folks and saw their cool store. Now I'm back on the road. This is more of that small town life that I'm talking about. This is a beautiful little community. The town square here. Classic styles of the South. This was the heart of commerce. I'm going to take a quick detour to run around the square and show it to you. This was the heart of commerce in small town, which was towns in America. Mason is the name of the town, Mason, Texas. I'm guessing that was the sheriff's office and jail, maybe. Old movie theater. That's cool. That marquee is beautiful. That's the county and district clerk. You could almost imagine this all being dirt and cowboys running around in here, couldn't you? Come on, boys, let's get them. Now I'm just playing. Very cool. Well, I'll call that a wrap for the first leg of the journey. I made it safely to Texas, spent a lot of time with very dear friends of mine there. In fact, my friend Kirk, I was able to set up some camera gear and record a podcast with him, which means a lot to me that we were able to do that. I'll throw a picture up of me and Kirk, and you'll get to hear more about him in an upcoming episode of The Higher Line. I'll share more of the trip. Tell me in the comments if you've seen any of these places. If you enjoy this content, I'll keep doing it. If you think it's dumb, I'll keep doing it. Be well, don't be dickheads. Tune in for the next leg. I'm pushing on into New Mexico now. See you soon. Well, if this don't scream Texas, I don't know what does.